Hey people, it's me again. So, anyways, um, I haven't really talked about this sort of thing when it comes to law of attraction, law of assumption, as far as that goes. And although a lot of other people who are in the manifestation, law of attraction community had talked about it at one point or another, and which is, persist versus let go. And in a way, um, it kind of works hand in hand as far as the more you persist on the wish fulfilled, the more you're letting go of the lacking state or whatever you would call it. The more you let go of that lacking state, the more you persist on the wish fulfilled. You know, so I think of it as, in a way, how if anybody who is into kayaking or if you're like on a boat, whether it's like a rowboat or a kayaking boat, you know, and how when you're like kayaking, you have the kayaking paddle or and so you have to go this side and then go this side. You have to go back and forth in order to kayak forward. Or if it's on a rowboat, you have to like grab the oars on both hands on both sides of the boat and then do it that way to row forward. Or you have to do it like this and then do it like this. You know, but still you have to do it like at least evenly split out at that point, because you can't go around and do all this, because otherwise you're going to be going around in circles. So that was like one of the things, as far as that goes. Yeah. In a way, there's a lot of like techniques and that are at your disposal, where it does both. It persists in the wish fulfilled as well as letting go of the state of lacking, in a way. And it was one of the things that Robert Zink from Law of Attraction Solutions had talked about his recent videos, where it was one of those other visualization tricks of that sort, where you also have to visualize yourself as being happy without your specific person, because technically you can't really just put your specific person on a pedestal like that, because otherwise they're going to treat you poorly, as far as that goes. And especially when we're trying to get like a crush or an ex or something like that. And then the more we start to see our own power, or start to put ourselves on the pedestal and all that, and then it's like, lo and behold, that specific person comes back. But there's also these other options of that sort, because it was one of the bigger reasons why a lot of the manifestation coaches had said, in a way, where if you stop caring so much about your specific person and all of this, and then when you kind of like work on your self concept enough, that where you kind of don't really want your specific person anymore, because you kind of realize that maybe I'm better off without that specific person, or at least just that version of that specific person. because there are like infinite versions of your specific person, and it's one of the bigger reasons why a lot of the people say that it doesn't matter when it comes to the circumstances, and it's not messing with their free will and all of that, because you know because there's infinite versions of ourselves, infinite versions of our specific person at that point, because after all, there's like infinite versions of me, as far as that goes. If I still exist as Scott, or having this body, you know, or this family, or the nationality, and then whatnot. Because after all, I could still like exist in this world as not even human or something like that, or exist in a completely different world altogether. So that's just the thing here. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I guess that's probably it. So, talk to you guys later.